Buyers in January 2025 definitely had more choices than buyers in January 2024. Increased supply did not lower prices. Home prices remained solidly in the 1 million price range. Sales were down compared to last January in 2024, making it the lowest January in the recent years. Now we are in the Tri-Valley and the San Ramon Valley area. The number of homes in the Tri-Valley and the San Ramon area that were available for sale increased almost everywhere. We can see in Alamo this year compared to last year, we had an increase of 24%. In Danville, increase of 27%. In Dublin, 92%. They went from 13 homes for sale to 25 homes available for sale. In San Ramon, we had an increase from 16 homes for sale to 21 homes for sale. That is an increase of 31%. Now let's talk about the sale prices in the Tri-Valley area and in the San Ramon Valley area. The sale prices in those two areas were mixed. Dublin surpassed 1.8 million, up over 25% from last year. Livermore, the sale prices went slightly down. They were at 1,250,000. They went down to 1,190,000. In Danville, sale prices last year were at 1,913,000. This year they went up slightly at 1,920,000. Alamo, sales prices were 2,225,000. This year they are at 2,200,000. Now I will talk about the number of homes that were sold in the Tri-Valley area and in the San Ramon Valley area. The number of those two areas were mostly up everywhere. In Alamo, we had an increase of 40%. In Danville, we had an increase of 10%. In Dublin, we had increase in the number of homes sold by 11%. San Ramon stayed the same, and Pleasanton was up 5% from last year. Now we are in the Lamorinda area. The inventory in the Lamorinda area was mostly up, nearly doubling from last year at the same time. Prices were up everywhere in the Lamorinda area. Lafayette reached 2.1 million, up more than 40%. In Orinda, sales prices increased by 20%. In Lamorinda, the homes that were sold in Lafayette, there was a decline in the number of homes that were sold by 64% compared to last year, and Orinda had a decline in the number of homes that were sold by 50%. Now let's go to Central Contra Costa County. The Central Contra Costa County, the inventory was mostly up. In Clayton, there was an increase of 183%. Last year, they had 6 homes available for sale in January. This year, they had 17 homes available for sale. Concord had 37 homes available for sale. This year, they had 58 homes available for sale. But if we look at Walnut Creek, last year, they had 27 homes available for sale. This year, there was a decline in the number of homes that were available for sale at 24 homes. That is a decline of 11%. Now, let's talk about the prices in the Central Contra Costa County. Prices in Central Contra Costa County were down in the areas where they had an increase in inventory, such as Clayton and Pleasant Hill and Martinez. But if we look at Walnut Creek, they did not have an increase in inventory. Therefore, prices remained solid. The number of homes sold in the Central Contra Costa County was mixed. Martinez was up over 30%, while Pleasant Hill dropped to 43%, and Walnut Creek as well dropped to 17%. Of course, that's because there was not that much inventory in Pleasant Hill and Walnut Creek. Alameda County and the 880 corridor. Inventory, we see big increases, especially in smaller communities like Albany, Newark, and Union City. Prices mostly up. Berkeley and Castro Valley increased by over 20%. Sales mixed. Fremont and Hayward saw declines, while Newark and Union City had increases. Now let's look at West Contra Costa County. Inventory mostly up in both large and small communities. Prices mostly up in El Cerrito, increased by over 20% to 1.3 million price range. Richmond at 670,000 K. Sales in the West Contra Costa County were mostly down. Pinole and Richmond dropped by 25% or more. Now I will talk about the Delta. In the Delta region, inventory was up everywhere with big increases in Discovery Bay and Pittsburgh. Prices mostly down. Pittsburgh at 550,000, down 12%. In Brentwood, prices went up 11%. Last year they were at 756,500. This year they are at 840,000. The number of homes sold in the Delta region, in Brentwood, there was a decline in Brentwood. Last year they had 40 homes sold in January. This year they had 32 homes sold in January. In Discovery Bay, last year they had 8 homes sold. This year they had 14 homes for sale. So that's an increase of 75%. January is typically a slow month for real estate. Buyers had more choices and more inventory to pick from. Homes did stay on the market this year for 38 days versus last year, the same time, they stayed for only 33 days. Stay tuned for my next video.